Good morning. It's another sunny day in my garden. My name's Kate. Welcome to my garden in the Pacific Northwest, Canada, Zone 9. So the bindweed in the cottage garden is now like laughably bad. it's so horrible. I haven't pulled any of it out. I've just been kind of letting it grow so that I can just dig it out. But it now basically just looks like a lawn of bindweed. It's like I did nothing at all. This section next to the magnolia is particularly bad. We're just not gonna deal with this this year probably. I'll hopefully like just pull out the top greenery, but there's no way I'm gonna end up with time to dig out this section this year. So in case you're new here, this part of my garden is the cottage garden. It's a space that I just started this year. In, I think, March, I put down cardboard, sheet mulched with cardboard, topped it with topsoil, and made some paths out of wood chips. That has done a really good job of smothering the grass, but I have bindweed in this area. There's more of it than I thought there was. And of course, the cardboard did not stop the bindweed. It's really just delaying its arrival. So I've got two main beds. There's a bed to the left with the older apple tree next to the fence. I've dug through that whole section. There are some more bits coming up here and there, but that section feels very under control. The other section next to the pavement and the grass is like so thick. It's so bad. The bindweed is so thick on that side. I feel like I have to meticulously pick through each shovel full of soil. Every scoop with the shovel, there's some mature old roots in there. It's just like, it's so bad. So it's taking me a long time to dig through that side. But I do want to get through it to, reduce its vigor, and particularly to keep the bindweed away from the new fruit trees. I planted two bare root trees in that section. When I planted them, I did remove the bindweed from the hole that I dug for them, but I didn't dig like the whole space. So now there's bindweed right next to it. It's going to grow in, but hopefully I can get the bindweed out of there before it kind of gets too tangled up in the tree roots. Anyways, yeah, there's a lot of bindweed. I got a little bit sick of digging it out, but I did get a good section done, and we got that arbor planted. It looks really good. I'm already second guessing myself about the arbor though, that the nasturtiums might not grow as tall as I'd like them to. So I have another vining plant that I'm thinking I might sneak in there. Let me show you. Okay, so here's the plant. I started this from seed. It's supposed to be really vigorous. It's called mina lobata. I think that's how you say it. I've never grown this before. It's supposed to be so vigorous that it can grow like 8 to 20 feet tall or something. I don't remember. So it makes these trumpet-shaped blooms on it in groupings that change. I don't remember which direction the colors go from, between yellow, orange, and red. And they're supposed to attract hummingbirds and probably be excellent for various pollinators and other wildlife. And this is an annual, so low commitment. So I'm thinking I could plant it on the side with the cucumbers and then try to keep it skinny going up, but then the idea being that it could just kind of smother the top and bring in a bit more shade, and the vegetables might get that tall, but they also might not. So that would potentially be unused space. So it looks really small right now, but this might end up being kind of a monster plant. I can already see at each of these nodes, there's like little offshoots starting. Can you guys I don't know if that's working at all. Anyways, I don't have anywhere else to put this little guy, but I also thought that maybe the arbor needed a bit more for the top. So let me know if you think I should add this. So anyways, I've taken a bit of a break from digging the bindweed for the last week or so. I do need to get back to it, but in the meantime, I've spent some time, oh, there's a hummingbird visiting a lily that's open. So yeah, in the meantime, I've been working on the vegetable garden. Ooh, now he's visiting. Hummingbirds are so great. He's visiting a foxglove now. He has to put his whole head inside the flower to get it though. Need to stop getting distracted by the hummingbirds. They are cute though. So in the meantime, I've been working on the vegetable garden. I've got a bunch of it planted. Looks really good. There's definitely some more work to be done though. All the old overwinter plants need to get out of the way so that we can get it all planted up for this year. The garden is starting to make that shift from spring into summer. The peonies have all lost their flower petals now. The lupin are starting to go over. Some of them are really bad with aphids and like a powdery mildew sort of thing. Might chop some of them back to the ground. And the foxglove are coming in strong. They're looking really good. And the chamomile is looking really good too. Oh, that hummingbird is just looking for the next thing to do. There's a lily that opened that I did not know there was a lily that was about to open. And I was able to clear out some of my seedlings from my deck. Finally. I had a bunch of extra tomatoes, and I've planted nearly all of the ones that we actually need in the garden. That's still probably a bunch more than we need. So I've been asking my family if anyone needed vegetable plants, and nobody needed any. So yesterday I decided I should just put them out on my front lawn and, ask for a few bucks. And there's been like a bunch of people walking by that picked up a few of them, which is great. There's only a few left out there. Most of them presumably went to happy homes. So that is much nicer than putting them in the compost or something. So I put out a few different tomatoes and I had some extra squash as well. And they're mostly gone. So I put them out yesterday and then thought I'd just leave them out overnight. We're not going to have bad weather or anything. And so this morning I went and looked. And there's two cherry tomatoes out there that had the tops bitten off of them. So presumably some deer came by and like chomped the tops of them off. I'm sure they'll be fine. They'll just like probably grow a sucker from the top leaf node and continue on fine. But that was something I did not consider, that they might get eaten by wildlife. Anyways, I was pleasantly surprised by the number of people that picked up some plants, and there was a few people walking by commenting on them. And so I'm kind of thinking I might do that next year again, maybe on purpose. It's kind of fun. And it would be a bonus for me if it could be kind of self-sustaining, that it could pay for the cost of the seeds. Nobody seemed to want the green tomatoes, which I guess is no surprise. It's not really like a popular thing. I don't really know what I'm going to do with my green tomatoes anyways. So yeah, the garden is doing really well. It's looking good. Probably need to mow the lawn again. There's bees everywhere. And there's a sage plant at the front of one of the vegetable gardens that I do need to move out of there. That is not a good place for it to be permanently. But I just can't get over how beautiful it is. It's culinary sage. So, it's the regular sage that you would use for cooking. But it is beautiful. The flowers are gorgeous. The bees seem to love it. And it's this nice rounded shape. I originally started a few of them from seed last year, and I'm kind of thinking I should start a few more and put them in the front yard because they should be deer resistant and they'd be lovely up there. They would look really nice and be like a substantial size. I don't know how much bigger it's going to get. Like, it's a 1-year-old plant. It's already like, it's probably 3 feet across, but it's tucked into a vegetable bed with like a bunch of things right next to it. I've been really enjoying these morning chat update sort of things. It feels like a nice way to add in some extra information that's kind of would be awkward to put in my other videos. And it feels a lot more like a conversation to me. I'm really liking the vibes of it. So I might make these more of a regular thing. The task for this morning, I think, is digging through the compost. So I'll see you guys next time.